Interim Ghana Boxing Authority President Roger Banor, who shares his vision for the sport ahead of the Electoral Congress. He has been speaking to Joy Sports editor Nathaniel Atto.
You obviously are coming in with a new style, and that is what you have communicated so far. So, if you were told to tell us one or two things, I mean, real things that you'd want to change going forward that will be a hallmark of your administration, what would they be, for instance?
I tell you on authority that I know the movers and the shakers of the game.
Okay.
I know what is done that is right within the boxing circles, and I will. First, our Commonwealth titles has been redundant for the past years. Now I've taken it upon myself and then the executives. We will make sure we get that opportunity we used to have, by talking to some external people outside. I've done that already, and I think I will do that. That is one. And then two, we will have to go to the conventions. Make sure we take rowdyism out of our sports, especially those kind of achiag beshi, blah, 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 that is being termed. In boxing, we have journeymen. We can't take them out of the sports. We will do it like they used to, they do it.
Just before you carry on, would want to have everybody be along with us. Now, achiag beshi is a term, that is used in boxing circles. So we'd have to explain it properly so people understand. So it goes to suggest that people go into arranged fights and they wither within a few minutes so they can have the other opponent take the result and go away, right?
That's not that. That's not that. They are called journeymen.
Okay.
Others, in the sports of boxing or in the game of boxing, not everyone can be a world champion. So there are people there who will come into the sports,
get the job done.
Get the job done.
Yeah.
And then probably they know they're not going to be world champions. So they are coming to aid, at least a form of job as well, just to take people out of the street. You need to give them chance. But it should be done the way it is done elsewhere. If you can look at a person like Julius Caesar Chavez. Julius Caesar Chavez had his first fight, his first proper fight, at his 17th fight. You can see his first fight, second fight when he turned pro. All those guys were guys with, huge losses. They are those guys who build bosses for the future champions. Those are the journeymen in Ghana. We call them achiag beshi. But it's not a pre-arranged fight for a boxer to come in and take a dive after a few minutes or a 1 or 2 rounds. No, that's not it. That's not it.
Okay. All right. So you were talking about, taking violence out of the sport of boxing. It's just interesting that in the past days, one of our team members here at Joy Sports did a documentary called Scars of Hooliganism. He focused on football, and it was a very emotional one indeed. But we've had, I remember that day when you had to take out a weapon due to self-defense because your life was in danger. I remember very well at the in one of
that was in 2016.
2016, yeah. And all of these have happened before. I also remember that once a sitting vice president was there in the arena and all hell broke loose, people were misbehaving.
It all boils down to education. We need to educate our fans, which I've taken it upon myself and the board, and then the stakeholders themselves. We have a committee for boxing stakeholders. We've taken it upon ourselves. We'll be going town just to educate our fans. Boxing is kind of a sport. You might win today, lose tomorrow. It doesn't mean if you lose today, it's the end of the world. Every boxer has lost before, one way or the other. It's only Mayweather, we can say, has never lost a competitive fight in the professional ranks, but he lost in an amateur. So we need to educate them how the scoring goes, what they should expect, in a fight, because we have win, lose, and then a draw. And I've been doing that behind the scenes. So me now being the head of affairs, I'll make it a major point just to let them understand what they should expect. It's not everything shouldn't be about violence. So I think they will understand me.
Let's talk about promotions. Promotions become the final element of everything we do as a body. And that also goes to market the sport in a very big way globally. In the past few weeks, everybody across board, whether or not they love boxing, have celebrated the boxing fraternity, especially the CEO of Legacy Rise Sports, Sharaf Mahama, for pulling off what was a very, very successful fight night, heavily subscribed, live on DAZN, live on SuperSport, live on some of our local channels here. And that is a high point, you know, because it also attracted legends of the sport we have with global appeal. And that was a major chapter in our boxing. Where do we go from there? I mean, you were there, you were part of organization, you were in the thick of all of the action. Tell me what you saw from your lens, purely from a boxing perspective.
I can tell you it's an upgrade of whatever we've done. That shows that we are progressing. He is learning. He's got a good team around himself. And I think he will succeed. And then I may let the cat out of the bag for a while. On the 5th of September, we'll be having a team member of a high-profile boxer coming from the States. He will be arriving in Ghana on the 5th of September, you know, just to lay the foundations for someone who might come on and might come over for a visit in the near future.
Very well.
So I think he saw what he saw, and he also wants to come around. He's a friend of mine. I've been talking to his, you know, marketing team, his team around himself, and then I spoke to him personally, and he accepted to come over to visit us in one of these fights. So I think if we want those kind of high-profile personalities, not only boxers, ex-boxers, coming over, we should educate ourselves in our doings, especially with this kind of rowdyism that happens at the arena. That is why I have taken upon myself to educate my fans what to expect after a fight. So it wouldn't take us from the lane that we've taken from our last promotion. We should upgrade on what happened the last time. So at the end of the day, I think we will be heading somewhere positive.
Amazing. Tell me what people have told you generally about that particular fight night. I'm glad to hear about the prospects. I'm glad to hear about the conversations that have been generated because of the Battle of the Beast fight night. I'm looking forward to that event as well, and that which will follow in December. But tell me about the reactions from people generally after that particular fight night and what kind of encouragement it is giving you about the future of the sport.
You know, they're calling for more. Calling for more. And they'll get what they want. It all depends on them. You know, boxing is a huge investment. And no one can do that solely by himself. He needs corporate people, corporate body. They will come on board if we behave very well. And I hope they are ready to do that, because if you want to sell your product, you need to market it well.
Yes, President. Let's begin with the immediate past president. What was the last conversation you had with him which the public can consume?
Before he left office, he called me personally, told me, Roger, this had been your dream. I am resigning. I'm leaving the mantle for you. I hope you're going to do a good job, and I'll be proud of you. He left office. We're still in touch. It was yesterday that I spoke with him. And then, you know, even though he's gone, we still have some few things to touch on. So I'll still see him probably maybe today, tomorrow. And then there are a few things that he will enlighten me on whilst he was in office and he's gone, that I have to make sure I put it on in good use. So it's been okay for now.
Now, let's also talk about the other past presidents. Lawyer Moses Fuamwining, you know, Lawyer Peter Zwenis, you know, Mr. Samir Kaptan, who is the WBO's supervisor for the African continent.
Let me start with Moses Fuamwining, my ex-president, or let's say my ex-chairman.
Yeah.
But then we used to call him chairman.
By the designation. Yes.
Yeah. Let me touch on. He knows me inside out. He knows what I can do. So what I heard from him was, he said he knew I wouldn't fail. He knew me, he said I wouldn't fail. He knows what I'm capable of doing. So he's not scared of me, you know, taking up the mantle. And he has confidence in me. Same as Mr. Peter Zwenis. my past president, Mr. President Zwenis, still also has confidence in me, and he's willing to serve on my board if I may call upon him. Same as Mr. Samuel Captain. He invited me to his office this morning before heading to the board meeting with the stakeholders. He advised me on what should be done and what shouldn't be done. Because, between, with the personal relationship I have with them, they have the confidence in me, which they knew is going to be successful because Mr. Captain is preparing something bigger for me, which, he wouldn't want me to fail. So it's really,
Yeah, and talk about Mr. Samuel Captain. I mean, he's an experienced hand in the sport of boxing, served diligently as a president. Before that, he served as vice president to lawyer Moses Fuamoining. He previously also served as a chairman of promotions and has promoted fights before. He had the brand Sikaprix International Promotions. He's also worked as a boxing trainer before. So he is a whole institution when it comes to...
And a manager as well.
And a manager, yes, of course. So he's worked, very well in terms of learning the ropes and moving all the way to the top now to become a coordinator for the whole of Africa for the World Boxing Organization. Now, this period between now and the eventual Congress, elective Congress, there's a lot of administrative work to do. In the midst of it, let's just say we had 10 fight nights. Would you be able to balance your work as a referee, judge, and the work? Would you want to put that aside for a bit so you focus heavily on the volume of work at the Ghana Boxing Authority?
If I can tell you, as the acting president of the Ghana Boxing Authority, I don't handle administrative work. That is solely for the Secretary General to do so.
Yes.
But before he does or he takes any decision, he has to talk to me, and then probably we might find a way of doing it. So I might not be officiating in Ghana for now, but outside it's possible.
Okay.
I am not officiating in Ghana, but outside it's possible.
Okay,
I will.
That's something you would do. What about the training programs? I mean, the last time we followed your exploits outside of town, you went into the Gulf region, you did some training programs for some ring officials who wanted to upgrade.
After that, UAE seminar, I have done 2 seminars in UK. And then just last November, I was in Nigeria as well. And I'm planning to do so with the acting head of my ring officials here, who has taken over the head of the ring officials from me, Mr. Shadrack Akwe. He will be having a seminar. I'll definitely be supporting him, but I'll be at the back seat for him to take control of whatever he wants to do. So we're planning doing that, for Ghana, probably maybe in the next week or 2. So I think, and then probably also, we're looking out for new officials as well. We'll be looking for new officials as well.
Well, that's a call. For those of you who've been calling me and approaching me to want to become boxing officials, judges, referees, all referee judges, this is the time. The acting president of the Ghana Boxing Authority is opening up for some professionals who are practicing in other fields who want to use this to become a second love. Please go ahead and let's have a conversation. But Ref, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And we're grateful to you for your time here today. We look forward to working with you so that we see how Ghana boxing progresses during this period as we build up to the elective Congress.